All right, question number one. For those that run ministries with combined middle and high school students, how are you keeping high schoolers engaged with your middle schoolers? And so there's the question is important because high schoolers can be put off by middle schoolers because they don't like them for some reason. Um, and it is true in some youth ministries. I don't know if it's true of all ministries. You can leave me a comment below. Does your high school like your middle school, or are they too cool for school? They say, oh, you're there now, and we don't want to deal with you anymore, and you're too young for me. Now, I have a small youth ministry. I have a small rural youth ministry, so I have a combination of middle school and high school, and they all seem to be on the same mature in the zone of the maturity level. So whether I have seniors to get along with middle schoolers, everything's kind of fine that way. But I know that certain dynamics define that, personalities, those kind of things. So but I've had other churches where no, the high schoolers needed some time away. So how do I engage high schoolers that don't like to be with middle schoolers? First of all, I divide up my actual meeting time, right? So that the high schoolers, so let's say after praise and worship, if you have enough leaders, and technically you only need two if you want to do one leader for high school, one leader for middle school for do discussion and so forth. But after worship, you can do it several ways. You can do worship, and then you can say, okay, high school, you're going to go with so-and-so, and you're going to do this. Middle school, you're going to go with so-and-so, and you're going to do that. You can do it like example, if you want to do small group discussion before you do a wrap-up message, or you can share a 15-minute message and then go into your small groups and be able to discuss what you've talked about. So you really can take it on different ways. Another way you can have your high schoolers engage with your middle school is impart to them a sense of responsibility, especially if some of those high school students were middle school students in your youth group and they were squirrely and they know who they were. They know who they were. So, and you can say, listen, I really need your help with this. And this becomes a leadership opportunity where this is a discipleship moment really for you as a youth leader to your high school students to say, look, I need you to help this student. And that's part of discipleship as well. You're teaching them, I need you to take some responsibility for this person to help them get along. I need you to help them just say hi to them every week, just to be friendly to them, right? They don't have to quote scripture. They don't have to do a Bible study. They don't have to, be best friends with them. But every week they show up, say, look, you're assigned to so-and-so. Would you make sure they feel welcome? Would you have a soda with them? Would you buy them, have a little snack with them from the concession, invite them to go over and say, look, I'll give you the money to go. I'll buy you a snack every week. If you'll just say, hey, go over to that other middle school, say, hey, you want something? I'll get you something. And then have a casual conversation with them about their day, about what's going on. And I think this gives that high school student who needs, look, they have a Paul in you, but they need to be a Timothy to somebody else, right? They need to be a Paul to somebody else. And that middle school student becomes their Timothy. So in the process of working behind the scenes and working with high school students, is showing them a sense of responsibility to the next generation by saying, hey, somebody helped you get here. You need to help somebody else get here. And so that's my part of that is being engaged with the middle schoolers that you have. And then also, there's no reason why they can't lead a small group. Why would you not say, hey, listen, some of you high schoolers have a gift or a talent for leading discussion. Would you lead the middle school discussion? Because in their brain, they're going, oh, he thinks or she thinks I'm old enough or mature enough to take on this role. And it puts them, the high schooler, in a different position to be able to minister to the middle school student, but it also puts that high schooler in a different light to the middle schooler, that now they see this high schooler as a leader in some fashion. So there's a lot of ways to be able to do this, a lot of ways to cut the pie, as they say. And I think it just matters about what kind of dynamic you want to have in your youth ministry is how you're going to cut up the pie, whether it's right after worship or however you do it. But you got to have those discussions with your high school students to be able to say, hey, I need you. This is a discipleship moment. For me, I tell them, look, you may not like the middle schoolers, but I'll tell you this much. If we don't keep our middle schoolers here, there will be no youth program for them to come to anymore, because they nobody took care of them. Nobody helped them. Nobody welcomed them. It's basic Christianity. Just love people. And that includes middle school students.